Hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. I think my hello has gone a little sour the last few years. Uh, Today I want to talk about this basically updates renting apartments, buying a house, buying land, banking, and some other issues, driving, and what other things that may become upon you here in the Philippines. A lot of guys are coming here fresh and are asking questions, so I figured I'd just do a video like I did the other day and answer a lot of the questions at the same time. I get asked many different questions from many different people on what to do, if I should rent, if I should buy a condo, if I should rent a car, buy a car, if I should live in a province, live in a city, what should I do? I'm arrived here. And I understand that. I mean, I had the same questions when I first arrived here. Should I live in the province? I live in a city. Should I live in a bigger city? Am I going to find it complicated? It's going to be too crowded for me. So some of these questions I'm going to answer today for a lot of the guys that's out there. First, I want to start with banking. Banking in the Philippines, you have to have a permanent residency card to get bank accounts. Now, does that happen all the time? No. There are guys that actually got banking accounts on tourist visa. Did they do it? Yes, and they've gotten it. But it's normal not to have it now, presently. Now, does that mean that you can't go in there and try it? Why not? Give it a whirl. What's the worst they're going to do? Tell you no? Well, no, sir, you got to have 13A visa or SRV visa. So that's something that guys have asked me. Said, I want to open a bank account. And understandably so. We don't have bank accounts. Ruth has a savings account that we transferred money one time to. And I found it was easier for me to just use my banking USA, use my credit cards USA. For example, if I say I want to purchase something, I just purchase it. Before I had to let the bank know, but now if I want to purchase something for $500, if there's $500 on the card, I can just do it. Same thing. I remember buying something for $2,000 last year and just run it through the credit card. So, and it goes through here. So they may have to run it a couple times, but it can be done. It was easy for me because it was Capital One. They're international. It was easy. Wells Fargo's good. Capital One's good. Charles Schwab is good. Chase Bank is good. Citibank is good. And what I mean, I get reimbursed mine. Wells Fargo reimburses mine for any kind of. Say I go get money out of the bank and it's $5. Say they charge me $5. They charge me $5 to get money out of the bank. It charges my account, and then the next day or the day after, it's reimbursed back to me, and so I get my money back. And they just reimburse it in the account, whatever's convenient for them. A lot of times that happens. It's pretty easy. Now, some banks will let you get up to, like, I have one bank I can get up to 1,000 a day out of my card, but Philippine banks only limit you to 400. Can you go to multiple banks and get 400, 400, 400? Some say that they've done it, yes, but I've only been able to do it one time. And guys, when you're banking here, make sure when you bank, you do it all at one time. Meaning, what I mean by that is if you open up an account at, say, Robinson's Bank, and you have you're going to do a transaction, make sure you get you a card. Make sure you do all that at one time, meaning your wife gets a card, you get a card, however you want to do it. We found that her going back and getting a credit card after she got savings account, it was just so much hassle for Ruth. So just be prepared for that. Buying land, buying a house or a condo. Should I rent when I first come? Always rent. Never buy anything immediate. Rent in the beginning and then figure out where you want to live. You may rent the house and say, oh, man, I don't want to live here. It's too noisy here. I don't want to live here. It's kind of, stinky or problems. First house we rented, they had sewage running the back of the house. So Ruth moved. And that was when I rented right before I'm coming. Then she found another apartment that was available through the attorney. He had an apartment. So it worked out really nice. So we got that apartment and it was really nice for us. You'll find that sometimes by having patience, which I don't have, Ruth said, just wait a minute, I know we'll get an apartment. So about a week and a half before I arrived, she had another apartment and already moved in, and she had it all moved in and all ready to go. I would rent. I would not buy anything immediate. if you're going to rent something, there's many apartments you can rent. Really think about this, guys. Some rentals here are $300, $400, $500 a month. Rentals in the U.S. same, $300, $400, $500 a month. Can you rent a house? Yes, you can rent a house. I looked today in Ormond Beach, Florida. You can rent a house for $375 a month. It's a small 2-bed, 1-bath. It's just a block house. It's what they call a Florida Cracker house. And you can rent those. So what you have to do is a first last security deposit, just like it is here, first last security deposit. A lot of guys are saying, okay, I want to buy a condo. Is that a right move? Well, yes, it is. It's a good move. It's a great idea, and I think people should look at that. The only pitfall with that is the land that the buildings are on are leased land. So they have to release that land after a period of time, 25 years. So be prepared for things that may increase. In other words, if you bought it at this, they may come up 25 years later, or when that lease is up. It may only have 10 years left on that lease. You may find yourself in, I know this from a friend in Cebu, that's what happened to him. And even though he paid for it, they added more charges. He ended up paying another $5,000 because they had to cover that new lease that they bought. Listen, the first lease is always cheapest. Second lease is always, because it got you, right? So he had to pay another additional $5,000. And Jim didn't mind. He said, okay, I'll just pay it. It's not a big deal for me. I live here. I bought it. So I live here for free, basically. And so I paid $5,000. So I paid $10,000 for it. It's okay. So he paid the $5,000. But a lot of guys, though, in coming here, you're on, just like me, I'm on a limited budget. I don't have anything more than anybody else does. I only have this much. I don't have this much. I don't have $2,000. I don't have $5,000 a month coming in. But be prepared for things that change. That it may change on you. Okay, should you buy land? That's another thing. Should you buy land? I would wait on buying land. And you can't buy land. Your wife can buy land, but your wife will own the land. If you're married. If you're not married, don't buy anything. Don't give her anything. I mean, even if you say, well, we're going to get married, I'm going to go ahead and buy the land and put it in her name. Well, don't do that till you're actually married. Don't do that. Wait till you're married. Same thing with a car. Most of the time, 99% of the time, it's going to go in your wife's name anyway, right? The van's in her name and my name. But she's the major person on that. But you have to have still 2 signatures to sell it. Same thing on the property. Same thing on the house. You can set it up that way. So if, God forbid, something you need to sell the car or van, you have to have both signatures. Ruth and I are open-minded that way. We talk things out, and that's what you need to do with your wife or your girlfriend before you get married. Make those decisions before you commit to something like that. So don't get married on a whim. Take your time, because you got the rest of your life. You got the rest of your life to get married. And maybe you decided, I don't want to get married here. Maybe I want to get married in Palawan or Boracay or somewhere like that. Or maybe I'm in Bohol. I don't like Bohol. I want to go somewhere else and get married. Well, it gives you options. You can do that. So make sure that you think about those things, because that's a very important thing. Another thing you got to think about when you're coming here, if you're looking at buying land, make sure it's actually land that's owned by the person. So I've said this before 1,000 times. I'm going to say it again, so everybody understands. Just because that person holds that land, you guys remember Brother 1 and Brother 2, right? And the guy coming in from U.S. and spent all his life savings here. He's back in U.S. working at Walmart. You guys remember Brother 1 and Brother 2? Well, you have to be careful. Brother 1 sold it. Brother 2 actually owned it. So there's the stickler. And Brother 1 sold the rights to the property to Brother 2. See? So you have to really think about that. Brother 2 had everything. Brother 2 ended up with a brand new house and all ready to rock and roll. He was set. I mean, $50,000 house, $2 million, $3 million house, set and ready to go with a car. I think he sold the car to someone else. But you have to be careful with that. Another thing that you got to think about here, when you open up bank accounts and you have bank accounts, be prepared that getting to transfer the funds, you may have some problems there, because I understand. I just received notes from a couple of guys. They're having problems sending money over through Western Union, MoneyGram, and some of the other ones. I've kind of seen that. I was expecting something myself. It was only like $100, and it's been held up because of something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know anything about it. I just know that Western Union, Western Union, MoneyGram, Remitly, World Transfer, and all those guys said, "Oh man, I don't have a problem getting any money." And then it was not a week later saying, "Hey, man, Tom, I can't get no money anymore." Well, you've been blackballed. What it is, IP addresses, they don't like sending money here to the Philippines unless you're in the United States of America. You have to change your VPN to United States of America. And then if you do that, you can get the funds from. But make sure you change the VPN to the same place that you originally set up the account. If not, they're going to flag you, and then you're going to be like me and Bud Brown and Chris Britt and some of the guys have had to just say, okay, we're going to plan 12, plan Z, because all the above has changed so much. Now, be prepared also. I said this the other day. Money's not going to always be available. When you go to ATMs, it's going to be empty 9/10 of the time, especially if you're out. I've been to, even in CDO and Davao, I've had a problem getting money. Now, a lot of guys tell me they don't have a problem. Well, you know what? I did. We went to SM, went to ATMs, all of them were out. So we went to China Bank, which is right around the corner. Went ATMs out. And the China Bank's right there inside. So then we go to, what was it? It was called One Nation Bank or something like that. I don't even remember. A Visa, MasterCard. So we went over there and it worked. But there was a line from here to Kansas City, Kansas. There was a long line. We had to wait probably an hour to get money. So you have to be ready for that. If you're down, keep $10,200. If you're down, if you get spend that down to 5, get more, because you're going to have maybe a hard time. You need at least $100, $200 in your pocket at all times here in the Philippines, no matter what. And a credit card's free and clear in case of medical emergency, or cash in the bank for medical emergencies. I'm trying to do this fast because I'm almost at 12 minutes. Another thing I want to talk about today is when you go to the bank, go to purchase the land, expect that that's going to take longer than you think it's going to take. We went and purchased land, deed, and everything's fine. Everything was surveyed fine. Everything was fine, but we still had a problem getting it all squared away because it takes them so long at the land management bank and at the management office, land office, surveyor, all that other stuff. It took 4 years to get our title and deed finally. Isn't that amazing? 4 years to finally get our title and deed and everything squared away on that. And Ruth made probably 100 trips, at least 100 trips on a bus, because we didn't have the car at that time. It was a nightmare for her. It was literally a nightmare. And she had to go to the municipality, she had to go to land bank, she had to go here, she had to go there, and she went all over the place just to get that deed and title squared away on our house. So I want to thank everybody for always watching my videos. Sorry this is fast. I did this to try to help a lot of the guys that send me questions. How do we do this? How do we do that? Your Bureau of Immigration, I want to say this also. Bureau of Immigration, when you go get your extensions, they'll ask you what do you want? 1 month, 2 month, 3 months, 6 months, what do you want? Always go for the biggest one if you possibly can, and tell them that you live far out and you want to get the longest extension as possible if you're on a tourist visa, because if not, they're going to automatically give you 2 months. So you're there 1 month and then you got to come back again. So you got to tell them, listen, can I have 6 months? Because I live in Maramuck and I'm in CDO. Could I do it? It's really a 5-hour bus ride, and it's a 5-hour bus ride back. Can I get that? And that's what we used to do when I gave us our 6 months. They don't always freely give them. They say, oh man, the guy said, I never have a problem. And it's not the next time. They said, man, you're right. I had problems getting in there. I had to do this and I had to do that. And then now they're making me wear pants in there. And now they're making me wear closed-toed shoes instead of my flip-flops. Be prepared to also wear long pants and closed-toed shoes. They're going to look at that. They will not gain entry. Although they do it at times, they don't do it at times. It's the drop of the hat, Thank you so much, guys. I want to thank everybody for always watching my videos. God bless everybody. Sorry it's been 14 minutes, but I want to get everything in. God bless.